Hey guys, Sai here, and I'm going to be starting a new little series on each of the challenges, how you can get the gold achievement in these challenges. I'm going to start off with the Terran unit challenge. Basically, they give you a preset unit group. You can see that here, and you have 3 supply depots you have to defend against 3 other preset forces from Zerg, Protoss, any kind of forces that you have to defeat. And what you're expected to do is divvy up these units into a category that would make them effective against these units. So for example, against these Zerglings, I'd probably want to stick the Hellions up here, and I'm going to just walk you through it with some editing so it doesn't take forever because the speed is on normal, and show you how to do this. So for this first challenge, I like to, you don't need all these Hellions for that small amount of Zerglings. So I like to take, just 6 or 7 Hellions and use them for this force. Now, the thing about getting gold is you have to lose 10 units or less. So just because I don't need all my Hellions doesn't necessarily mean I should use my Hellions elsewhere if they're going to be a liability. For example, I probably wouldn't want to stick my Hellions over here with the Banelings just because Banelings do bonus damage to Hellions, and I'd have to micro a little bit too much. So against the Banelings, all I'm really going to need is 1 tank, just because the Siege Blast is so effective, and the tank only takes 20 damage from the Baneling, so it would take 9 to kill a tank. And there aren't even 9 there, so I could actually just let the Banelings eat up the tank. So 1 tank over there. Might as well put the Hellions over here because they're not going to be effective against Mutas. And they Ghost, Marines, and Medivacs against the Mutas. Now, it's really hard not to lose any Marines against these Mutas, so be very careful and try to micro them as well as you can. I'm probably going to lose a few, but you guys will see that the later levels are very simple, and you probably won't lose too many units besides against these Mutas. So first is the Hellions against Zerglings. Pretty simple. Attack, run. You can even press stop, run, run. It's very, very simple. It's on normal speed, so it's even more so. So that first one is done. Second one, the Banelings come, and actually you can just let the Banelings hit you. Every single one of them hit you, and it won't even matter. This is going to be kind of funny. See that? Survive with 8 life left, beat that challenge with a single tank. Now in this one's a little bit trickier. Get the Medivacs in front to eat up all the damage, cloak the Ghost, and snipe as many Mutas as you can. I'm holding shift right now and I'm sniping a ton. Now stim and focus down these Mutas, and they will attack your Medivacs, which is fine because the Medivacs can die. That's okay. And notice that I only lost 2 units. That's perfect. I would have lost a lot more Marines if I sat them in front and didn't let the Medivacs take damage. 2 is very good pace. And remember, at the end, when you're done with all these challenges, you can always go back and try to improve one of your scores. So if you get like a 7 on the first round, don't worry about it. Don't restart. Just try the next rounds. And then if you get a pretty low number on those rounds, go back to round 1. Alright, so we've got the next little zone here. We've got some Roaches, we've got an Ultralisk, and we've got some Hydras. So Roaches, obviously, the Marauders are going to do very well against, and the Hydras are going to do good against the tanks. So the Ghost, let's see here. Probably going to put like 2 Marauders and 2 tanks. Actually, 3 Marauders and 1 tank against the Ultra, just for enough firepower. You can always kite with stim from the Marauders, but it's such a small area, it's a little bit tricky. And actually, I don't really need to edit this because this is going pretty smoothly here. And a couple Medivacs and some Marauders going down there. Actually, just 1 Medivac. I'm going to save some for the Marines here. And a lot of tanks, a Ghost, and a Medivac for the Hydra. Again, it's probably, there's probably more than one way to do it, but these are the most simple ways that I have found. Tanks very good against Hydras. This is obviously going to be enough to kill 1 Ultra. And these Marauders can kite these Roaches very, very easy just because the Roaches don't have any speed bonus. And the Medivac's just kind of gonna hover around healing stuff. I'm not really going to control it that much. So stim up, attack, run, attack, run. Again, you can stop, run. You can hold position, run. Any way you want to do it, just whatever it takes to kite these Roaches. And getting a bit cornered here, but that's going to be fine as long as I don't lose more than 1 Marauder. Kind of newbie even losing 2 Marauders there. But you get the idea. You can even add, 1 or 2 of the Marauders from the Ultra group, and that'd be fine. I could have picked up the Marauders into the Medivac, but I'm basically just showing you the unit composition. Right there, the micro wasn't the best, though. And here, I'm going to spread out these Marauders and the tank, stim them all. Looks like he's going for these two, so I'm just going to spread them out and let the other two fire away. Now he's going to go for this one, so move that guy. Ah, he's cornered. And very, very simple. You could probably do that with even 2 Marauders. I think I did it once. Lots of kiting involved, though. And here, you're just going to siege up all your tanks. Try to get them in a line so they're all firing at once. And try to siege them early enough so they fire in time. Going to cloak the Ghost and snipe some Hydras as well. Microing that Marine back, microing these Marines. Oh, one of the Marines did get picked off. So losing 5 units that round, not the best, but again, this isn't about micro right now. Now the third composition, I'm down to 7 units, so that means I can only lose 3 units. We've got Hydras, Roaches, looks like there's no Protoss forces, lots of Mutas, and Broodlords, Zerglings. This is the most easy challenge in my opinion. Stick 5 Thors down here with the Mutas, stick Vikings and Hellions with the Broodlords and Zerglings, obviously, and stick the tanks, Medevacs, and Marauders against the heavy Zerg ground force. Hopefully I'll siege up my tanks better this time so I don't lose a bajillion units, and I'm going to get my Ghost in a bit earlier to snipe as well. So first composition, very easy. Get your Vikings to the very edge of the map so you can pick off the Broodlords. Hold shift and right click each of the Broodlords and they'll die basically before they even get to the Hellions. Don't even need to micro the Hellions at all. They're going to get roasted by the Zerglings. Once you kill all the Zerglings, move to the back so the Broodlords have nothing to shoot. And the Vikings will do away with the Broodlords. Now don't make the mistake of using the Vikings on the Mutas because that would be bad. Mutas do pretty good against Vikings and Vikings don't really do squat. So now sieging up. This time around I'm going to get my forces a little bit more even with the Hydras so they split the damage. I'm going to do some sniping here as well. Snipe, 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 losing 1 medevac. And notice the little amount of micro involved, losing a 2nd unit, cloaking the Ghost so he doesn't die, losing even a 3rd unit. But I timed it perfectly, or I planned it out perfectly, because Thors will not die against these Mutas. So you'll see just how easy it is to beat these challenge missions if you follow just the pretty simple compositions. I probably could have tweaked it a little better. Now against the Mutas, if you're having one Thor get focus fire, just move them away. The enemy AI is very, very clumsy. So that Thor probably would have died. Just moved him away. This one's getting pretty low, but it's not going to matter. And that is how you get gold with Terran. So you guys can work it out a little bit, get a little better builds. But I got 10 units or less. You'll notice that gold is checked. And there you have it. Here you go. You can also retry these missions. So this is the first installment of the Gold Tactics Challenge Thingamajiggers. Hope you guys liked it, and thanks for watching.